guys, what's up? Cledus Judd back with another edition of Straight to the Point video podcast for Recovery Point. And before we get started today, I just want to say real quick, thanks to everybody. So many of you have liked the page, followed the page, and it just means so much to all these people that come in here and tell their story, to see the growth of that page, because, and that's what I'm going to share with the girls this morning. You know, the more people watch this, you never know who's sitting out there that's on the brink of not really knowing what to do, not sure if they could take that first step, and that step is to get help with the addiction and get back in recovery, stay in recovery, and then get on out there and live a great and productive life. Now, we started this one time before, and Tasia right here, I called her Tasha, and she cut the whole camera off. I said, nope, that's it, cut, ain't doing it, my name is Tasia. So I got you that time, didn't I? All right, and I got Rachel over here. Hi, Rachel. Thank y'all so much for volunteering to do this. It means a lot. And what brought you here? You know, you can talk some about your childhood, you can talk some about anything. There is no right or wrong. Just share your story in hopes that some others can relate to it as well.
Okay, well, I'm 25 years old.
Yep.
I'm a mother of 4 kids. My childhood, it was pretty normal, you know, the more I think about it. My mom, she did everything that she could, you know. It was really just her. I can remember, you know, I spent a lot of time with my grandparents, and they kind of laid out the foundation for church and security. You know, I felt comfortable. I felt peaceful with them.
Right.
And when I lost my grandparents, you know, I started to go downhill. And looking back on it, I started to mask, you know, my feelings with alcohol.
Right. Is that what you started with, alcohol?
Yeah.
Was that the first thing? Sure, a lot of people do.
And I never identified myself as an alcoholic until I got to Recovery Point and really started looking deep into my life. But I can see, growing back, you know, where alcohol played a big part, I didn't want to feel anything.
Just kind of numb the pain at the time, huh?
Yeah, escape.
Yep.
Reality. But, you know.
How did it progress from, how old were you when that started? Do you remember about how?
Like 16.
Right.
Yeah.
Any like peer pressure, fit in with the peers or
No.
anything? A lot of people say, hey, you know, I was just kind of the outcast and wanted to kind of be with the cool kids, so I started drinking or smoking weed or whatever the case may be. But
Well, I would
maybe
go to
not so much.
parties and stuff, but
Yeah.
it was just me. You know, I can't blame anybody. I was the problem, you know. And then I had my daughter, and you know, that's when the harder drugs started coming in.
That's what I was going to ask you. How did it progress into what was the next step and so forth?
Well, at first I thought it was cool, you know, let me try this, and yeah, it hit me fast.
What was the first thing you tried? What was the drug of choice? Yeah, pills.
Percocet 30s, yeah. And I still didn't believe I was an addict. And you know, of course, the loved ones around me, they seen it, but I couldn't see it. And you know, eventually that lifestyle, it led to me losing my 4 kids. And I can admit to you today that losing my kids wasn't even enough for me to stop. And
I understand. I hear that a lot. You know, sometimes that addiction is just so powerful.
Yeah.
You know that nothing else matters. You know, it's just it's all about the drug at that point.
Yeah.
And now the repercussions, of course, are losing the children. How long you been at Recovery Point?
it's going on 8 months.
8 months.
Yeah.
How you doing?
You know, I'm thankful for it. I really am. It saved my life. And today I wake up and I want to live today.
This girl right here, let me tell you something. You talking about a singer? Whitney Houston ain't got nothing on this girl. She can bring it as good as they get, I'm telling you. Before I get to you, Rachel, I'll ask you a couple more questions. Was it tough when you came to Recovery Point? I mean, how did you end up at Recovery Point? What was the final thing that said, that's it, I'm done, tired?
You know, I caught charges and I was on the run, you know, and yeah, I got picked up. And the first couple months I was there, I really didn't care. I was just trying to do what I had to do. And I ended up getting restarted. And, you know, I think that was God telling me, you need to sit back and really do this.
Right.
And it really opened my eyes. It really did.
We had a guy on a few weeks ago, and I asked him, I said, how long you been in? And he said, 6 months. And I said, how long you staying? He said, I don't know till I know that I'm well. I don't have I'm not sitting here going, okay, 10 more days, 2 more months, 3 more months, until I know that I am well and got a clear focus of what I can accomplish. I just stay here for 6 more months, a year, whatever it takes. So you're definitely in the right spot for sure. Has it helped? What do you think?
Yes, absolutely. It really has. A recovery point has saved my life. You know, I'm so thankful for it.
All right, let's move on over here to this young lady. Rachel, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, we're great. Why don't you share a little bit about your story? Where you from, first of all?
Mercer County, Bluefield, West Virginia.
Oh yeah. And how long you been at Recovery Point?
8 months.
8 months. Oh, y'all are saying y'all are best friends. Boy,
Yeah.
Isn't it really? Best friends are great outside in the world, but man, how important is a friend, a best friend, to go through this together, so you can depend on one another, so you can hold each other. Accountability is such a big word in Recovery Point and all of our world. And as far as recovery, it's got to help when you got somebody like you guys have each other to get you through the next day. Some days you may be having a bad day and she's having great days, she's got you back, and vice versa. True?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about your story. What happened? Where was the downfall? When did it just all go to hell in a handbasket?
Well, I had a rough childhood. It was just always chaotic growing up. I believe that, everybody around me tried to the best of their ability to, raise us to the best that they knew how to.
Right.
But I had a rough childhood. I started smoking weed when I was 14. And then from there it went to alcohol. And then I always kind of dibbled and dabbled in little things. Like, I think after I had my oldest daughter, they prescribed me Percocets. And I liked the feeling that it had on me. But my baby's father, he was in active addiction for a long time before I ever went to active addiction. And so he always tried to keep me away from that. So it really my addiction set off after I have 5 children, 4 of which I no longer have custody over. They're adopted. And then one of which I'm currently going through the court process of trying to regain custody of him. But I think my addiction really took off after I had my middle son, which was my 4th child. And I got really out there on Lortabs that they prescribed me. I like the Lortabs and Neurotins and alcohol. The alcohol was my downfall before I went to bigger drugs, which, I lost my children while I was incarcerated. And I got out and just kind of lost all hope.
Right.
Started using harder drugs. And
I bet you would have, I asked this question a lot. None of these incidences, I can almost guarantee for all of us, would have never occurred had there not been drug abuse and alcohol abuse involved. Some of the girls that we had on last time, I was talking to her and she said, of course I would have never done that. That's not my nature. But I wasn't me at that time, and that's the power of that drug, whatever the drug of choice is, whether it be heroin, meth, cocaine, pills. Once it encapsulates your soul, buddy, the sky's the limit, or actually the ground's the limit. What was rock bottom for you? When did it finally? When you finally said, okay, enough is enough? Were you court appointed to come to Recovery Point? Did you come on your own?
I'm court appointed, yeah.
Gotcha.
I had a son that was born a victim to addiction, and I wanted to get clean after I had him. My fiance and I were in active addiction together, and I couldn't pull away from that situation. I had got called after being on the run, and went right back out. I got clean from the fentanyl and heroin, got on Suboxone, and then started using meth and replaced it with the fentanyl. And then I got violated through probation. They sent me back to jail, and then they sent me to Recovery Point.
Best thing that ever happened?
Absolutely. Yeah, I grew up in Recovery Point. I thought I was a victim for a long time and realized that I wasn't. So
Well, I can tell you this much. What's how much longer you got? Let's go around the room right here. How much longer do you have? Do you know?
No,
Not worried about it?
no. I mean, some days, not truthfully, some days.
Sure, absolutely. You'd be lying if you said you didn't. No, absolutely. How about you, Tasia?
I don't know, and I'm okay with that. It's okay. I've destroyed everything that I even have, so Recovery Point is my home right now, and I'm okay with that.
I don't know much about the Bible, and I can't quote a whole bunch of verses, but I know that one thing, if we ask, we shall receive, and God does forgive us for our sins, and if he gives us another breath, and we all three got one today, we good to go. I wish both of you nothing but the best. You got the whole world in front of you. How old are you, Tasia? Let me ask.
25.
How about you?
25.
Babies. Ain't nothing but babies right here. Hey, and sometimes, we all get off on the wrong exit. Sometimes we get off on the wrong exit and go down to the next exit, and it's the wrong exit. But if you continue to drive forward, you'll eventually find that right exit. And thank God these two girls right here found Recovery Point. And I wish y'all nothing but the best. You're going to do great things in life, I guarantee you. All right, we're going to get out of here. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you don't get help at Recovery Point, as we always say, pick up the phone, call a friend, get help somewhere because it's so important. Y'all have a great day, and thank you so much. Sorry I messed your name up. Don't mess her name up if you see her. She'll flat cut the camera off on you. All right, y'all have a great day. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Thank
See
you.
ya. Yep.